What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Yo, friends and family. How are you doing out there today? I hope it's good. But today, we're doing sort of a first for my channel. This will be a list of my personal, in my opinion, top 5 favorite Eraserheads songs. The Eraserheads, if you don't know who they are, they're a Filipino rock band, iconic band. They have sort of disbanded at this point. I know they've done a few reunion concerts, but their last studio record came out in 2001. So it's been a while since these guys released a record, and I don't think we're going to get another one. Um, Anyways, a fantastic band. They have a lot of iconic tracks, so this list was in no means easy to come up with, but alas, I did pick my personal 5 favorites. So let's get into them. I'll talk about them for a couple minutes, and let me know your favorites down below in the comments. They have a lot. So far, I've heard and reacted to 17 of their songs. Haven't really heard much else. So, anyways, out of those 17, I had to parse that list down to a personal 5 favorites. So, number 1, With a Smile. The Eraserheads With a Smile. I mean, come on, this might be their most iconic and their most popular. And it was the first one, believe it or not. Believe it or not. It was the first one that I reacted to on the channel and got me hooked onto the Eraserheads videos. I mean, come on, that do 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 do. Seeing a crowd and a crowd callback with that track and the crowd singing along, I think would be an amazing experience. So definitely jealous of all the people that have been able to see them live and then perform that song, because it is a beautiful song of sort of hope and positivity, and it's definitely a feel good song, even though it has some sadder themes as well involved. But it's just an amazing composition and a very catchy track, and you can't help but just nod your head and hum along to that wonderful chorus, and the vocals and lyrics are amazing. So anyways, number 2, Saturn Return. This was a surprise for me when I first heard this song. I now think of it as sort of like their most ambitious track, the magnum opus almost of like different styles, different influences. It reminded me, to be frank, of the Beastie Boys, some of their grimier stuff like Check Your Head, that era, with a lot of really exciting drum breaks and you know synths and different things going on. And I love the sort of abstract lyrics. Also reminded me of David Bowie in a lot of places in this track, Saturn's Return. It had all of these things about space, and then lawyers. All the lawyers pray to God. I love that line, and a lot of really interesting ideas. And I just find it to be really ambitious, fun, and sonically um, dexterous, and it's just an amazing track. Number 3, Trip to Jerusalem. Now, after I reacted to the music video, I sort of interpreted it in my way, and the way I found, at least for that particular video, one thing that I extrapolated on was this, Trip to Jerusalem, of course, being a game that people would play, where it's kind of like Ring Around the Rosie or Duck Duck Goose. Musical chairs, of course, musical chairs. And somebody's always going to be losing out. And then I felt like the theme was about, in general, or maybe just, life is unfair. And I also equated it to the Palestine Israel conflict of sort of, it'll never end. That's one of the lines, like, it never ends. And then they have this red chair in the music video, which is shown in many different settings. And I felt like it was about somebody was, people were fighting for that last chair, right? Fighting might not be the exact word, but in the end, yes, they're gunning for that chair. They want that chair, and somebody's going to be left out, and it never ends. That struggle, that fight, unfortunately, kind of perpetuates itself through history, and yeah, about unfairness. It's a beautiful song, though. Absolutely love it. Number 4, Hard to Believe. This song is just amazing. Just listening to it again, it definitely gives me some Beatles vibes. If you listen to the track, like, I think they were channeling John Lennon a little bit. It reminds me almost a little bit in the same vein of Imagine, um, by Lennon and Beatles. So just an amazing track. Absolutely love it. Love it. Number five, Fruitcake. I love how the song is like, it was on the Christmas album, of course, called Fruitcake. And I know that there's an accompanying book that goes along with this that has, either the lyrics or some accompanying stories that go along in conjunction with the album. But I love how the whole song's like a double entendre. It's talking about the actual food, fruitcake, and then fruitcake as a metaphor. The beauty of sharing food as family, themes of how food sort of relates to the family unit, sharing and preparing food together. And then, fruitcake as a double entendre, it had a double meaning. I thought it was great. So the Eraserheads are definitely an amazing band, man. They're an amazing band and underrated. No, they're not underrated. They're they're properly rated. Properly rated. They're fairly rated, I think, because they are legendary. They have so many amazing songs, and I'm still, we have honorable mentions here. Waiting for the Bus, Andalusian Dog, Light Years, So Right. I really love that one. So Right. Waiting for the Bus tells a great story. Andalusian Dog sonically was different, but it was really really fun track. Shake Your Head, songs like Playground. Playground was one of my particular favorites. I was gonna put that in the top five, but um, I just didn't make the cut. I love how modern it was, and it was like a callback to '80s, almost electronic influence into it. Like you could see it in a nightclub or something in the future, like Blade Runner ish. Ambidextrous, amazing. Wishing Wells, Milk and Money, Santa Ain't Coming No Mo, and Julie Tear Jerky. Julie Tear Jerky is another one of my favorites too, man. They got so many classic tracks that could make a amazing playlist if you put them together in a compilation. So cool stuff. As always, everybody, thank you for joining. Let me know your favorites down below and any new songs. If you listen to the whole video, anything that I didn't mention here, I haven't heard yet. So yeah, feel free to leave me a message for one of those down below, and I'll get to it when I can. And we'll see you guys soon. Peace out. Have a wonderful day. Paalam, you a boss. You a boss.